What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel X-Man & Co. Today we're making a mince pie with some bacon. Is it a pie? Well, you know what? Get rid of the puff pastry. We're going to use bacon. It's going to be beautiful. It's a beautiful day here in Durban. We've got a fire in the back. It's perfect conditions for a lovely pie. Let's get straight into it. Let me introduce you guys to all the ingredients we have here today. As always, they will be listed below in the description for you guys to check later. First of all, we've got some bacon here, onions, Italian parsley, mushrooms, just a bit, 2 types of cheeses, mozzarella and a cheddar. We've got some eggs here. Then we've got beautiful sun-dried tomatoes. On the left here, we've got some sauce. It's a chicken sauce. It's a sweety tangy sauce and we love incorporating that into our dishes. Let's do this. The spices that's going to complement this dish that we're going to use today is going to be thyme, cayenne pepper, mustard seed, and then our very own boerewors spice. Now guys, go check that out. In about 5 weeks from now, we should have our spice for you guys online to go and buy. And if we don't yet, and you want to do this dish, you know what? Infuse it with coriander, maybe roast it. Some earthly flavors or your favorite barbecue spice will work perfect. Let's move on to the star of this dish, ground beef. We do have videos out on this, burgers that we've made before with some ground beef and all the ingredients we like to put in there. Today we're going to spice it up a little bit with our nice tangy sweety barbecue chicken sauce. You guys can use tomato sauce, whatever works for you. With that said, let's get this base ready. First of all, what you want to do is just make sure that you've got a nice puddle there. Add about 1/4 cup of this sauce. There you go. So first of all, we're going to add our thyme. Then you want to add your cayenne pepper, followed by mustard seed. Lastly, we're going to add our boerewors spice. We're going to use some sun-dried tomato here today as well, so we want to chop that up quickly. It's going to really infuse this base of the pizza, the pie, whatever we're making it today. So let's go ahead and do that. Then we're going to add our sun-dried tomato. Once you got all your ingredients into one bowl, your ground beef and all the rest, it's time to mix it. Now that our ground beef is ready, we're going to put it aside. We're going to move on to the next step. The next step is going to be onions. We want to saute them on the fire in a small skillet that we have available to us. We're going to chop them up just in rings. We're not going to cut them fine because remember, we're building a beautiful pie. So we've got to have a base of bacon, then our mince, our ground beef, and on top of that, we're going to put all these rings. It's going to be magnificent. Now we're ready for the next step. We've sauteed our onions, everything else is ready. Let's do the base of this beautiful pie that we're making here today. We're using about 1/2 kilogram of bacon. If you want to go a little bit heavier or lighter, it's entirely up to you. The bacon's going to do really 2 things. It's going to bring beautiful flavors to this pie, and it's also going to look after the meat. That's why we're doing the bacon right on top. It's going to close it. It's going to look like a pie. You're going to love it. Next step, guys, ground beef. Now you can decide how thick you want to do it, how thin you want to do it. Just go like that. Make sure you don't move your bacon too much. There you go. Just a little layer. It's basically a base, almost like a burger pie. You can see this beautiful sun-dried tomato in between, and that's going to bring so much flavor to this dish. If you need to patch it up slightly at certain places where you feel it's too thin, go ahead, do that. Basically making like a bowl. So you want to come up to the edges, right to the top. Next, we're going to add some salt and pepper. We didn't add it to the ground beef, so now's the time to do that. We're going to add our mushrooms now. So we're just going to make sure it lays flat, space them out a bit. Next, it's time for our brown sauteed onions. Now you can decide how much onions you want to put on or how little. We love onions, so we're just going to go ahead and add some more. Make sure there's plenty. You want to whisk 2 eggs, and then we're going to add them to our pie. Try and just make sure the egg goes in everywhere. It's just to try and bind everything and hold them together. Now it's my favorite time, cheese time. Now guys, we've got 2 cheeses here, like I said. We've got a cheddar and we've got a mozzarella cheese here. We're going to mix them. We're just going to grate it over this beautiful pie. We got about 350 grams of cheese altogether here. You can go higher, low, whatever works for you. You can see that it's at this level right here. It's flat. So we're expecting it on the fire. We're going to do it indirect cook, that it's going to drop. If you don't like that, make it a little bit higher because remember, cheese is grated, so there's air pockets in between, and it's definitely going to sag a bit. So let's close this up and get it on that fire. If you find there's gaps in between of your bacon, don't worry about it. It's part of the joy here. We're not trying to make sure it is perfect. It just needs to be delicious and lovely. This bad boy is ready for the fire. We're got this pie on the grill now. We're doing indirect cooking today on the Weber. We're gonna let it sit there for about 40 minutes and then have a look at it. We reckon it's gonna take about an hour, maximum maybe an hour 10, but it's gonna be brilliant. See you guys in a bit. So that moment of truth, guys, it's been 1 hour and I think this beautiful pie is ready. Let's have a look. Beautiful. Guys, look at this. This looks absolutely beautiful. Now we need some Italian spices. We got some parsley over here because we need our greens. We're going to put some of that on top. It's going to look so nice. Then we're ready to dig into this beautiful bacon and mince ground beef pie. Let's rest this baby for 5 minutes because 10 minutes is way too long. It's 5 minutes later, guys. It's that moment, that time that we need to dig in. It's a beautiful bacon and ground beef pie, and we need to know how this baby is tasting. Let's do that. Cuts in quite easily. Very nice. I'm excited. This is going to be beautiful. Guys, have a look at that. That is beautiful. Now we need to taste it. So you should be able to hold it like this as well, eh? And you can, besides the fact that it's piping hot. There you go. Some cheese, ground beef, all the goodies that we promised. Cheers, boys and girls. Wow. It's magnifique. I want to shout. I want you guys to taste this. This is fantastic. An hour on the fire, half an hour of prep. Everybody around the table, they're happy, they're enjoying. This is what you want to make. Go try it out at home. Guys, you know the story. If you like what we're doing, like, share, subscribe. Enable those notifications so you get notified as soon as we upload a new video. Thanks for watching. We cannot do it without you. We'll see you on the next one. Shh.